Attempt number 2. Is it clean this time? No rust?
Yes, sir.
Did you leave it outside again?
Nope.
Good.
Looks really good. No chatter marks.
No chatter marks? No rust marks? Dirty?
Keep my fingers out of it. That'd be
Is
better.
it dirty too?
No.
Clean? Clean, clean, clean? You sure?
Yeah. There's three things.
Three
times
thingies?
the CRC.
Is it coming out clean each time?
I could try one more rag in there.
I don't know. We gotta do some ring checking now. Doesn't appear to be rusty this time. But you know what? It's bigger than what it was now.
Yep. Not a whole bunch, was it?
Nah. Probably another
It's a little looser and like.
another eighth of a thou maybe.
Yeah, that's clean.
That clean? You sure? I don't want anything dirty now.
Go back to fitting my rings now.
Where's your rings at?
Right here in the box.
You got rings? I got rings too. Where's your ring checker?
I'm doing that by the measuring devices.
Ring checker.
Yep.
6-inch scale. No rings in here.
There's yours. Okay, how far down?
It takes to make them square. You didn't mix them up, did you?
What, one package to the other package?
You didn't mix up your rings, did you? You know, you just between your top, second, and third?
Is there a difference?
Yes, there is. Didn't you read the instructions
The
before you
oil
did
rings,
that?
oil rings, I said don't mess with those.
Didn't you read the instructions there?
I guess I'm gonna have to again.
Appears to be a gap in there. Yeah, there looks like a gap in there. How about this one?
I got a little gap in this one.
You got a little gap? How about a big gap? I got a big gap in mine. Look at that. It floats in there.
You see if that thing will go in mine.
Look at my gap. I got a gap that won't quit.
That's the big cylinder?
Right there. Look at the gap in that sucker. This is our minimum gap clearance right here. Do we have a minimum gap in there? Appears that we have a gap in there. How's your gap over there, sir?
It barely fits.
Barely fits?
It's not sloppy in there.
Mine is.
Now which one is at the top or the bottom ring?
I don't know.
One dot. And no dot.
Did you read the instructions?
Nope.
Is the ring square? I got a big gap on mine again. Gap, gap, gap.
It's a little sloppier than the other one was.
This one's a little tighter. But we still got clearance. So why are there two different gaps?
Pardon me?
Why are there two different gaps?
Because the ring machine was off that day a little bit? Or what?
That's the way they made them.
Where's the instructions at?
Which ring is this? This one has a dot on it.
So this one does too. This one does not.
What's that mean?
And one goes on top and one goes the next one down.
Oh, this one here does not have a dot on it. Does it have any numbers on it?
I didn't see anything, just a
I
dot.
don't see no numbers on it either. Rectangular section ring means it doesn't matter how it goes in. There's a very tarnished looking moly ring.
A lot of gap in the oil ring.
This is cast iron. See, that's rough all the way. It's a moly face ring that you can barely tell it's moly, but you can see the two shiny edges on the edge. That's the original ring material, and the moly's in the middle. Moly goes on top. Did you read the instructions yet?
Yep, behind them.
What'd you do with them?
They're behind you in that box. Not that one.
Not that one? You lost them?
Right there in that behind you.
They're behind me. You keep saying behind me, like I don't know what that means. I don't see no box behind me. Oh, that's not a box. That's an instruction sheet.
Piston to cylinder wall clearance.
I hope you read it. Are these stainless or these steel?
Steel.
Well, you don't have to do stainless, don't you? If it goes in the motor, we can't get them out.
And they break, don't they?
Now, if they're steel, you might have a half a chance to get them out. This knife appears to be dull now that I scraped that carbon out of that cylinder.
Thrust faces 90 degrees from the wrist pin hole, the base of the piston.
This knife gets dull.
Did we generously chamfer them?
Did we generously do what?
Chamfer the bottom of the barrel?
Why would I do that?
It says to.
I don't always do what they tell me to do.
Finish home with a 280 to 400 grit hole.
Ooh, that cuts a lot better.
A crosshatch finishing pattern is important for best results. Wash cylinder assembly with soap and water, and then swab with new number 10 oil on a clean rag.
Did we use number 10 oil?
I don't know what that CRC stuff is.
Do we have any number 10 oil? What
What
is number 10 oil?
Ben? To all tendency of rag discolor is gone.
Do we have colored rags?
Washing a solvent will not remove the abrasive finish from the cylinder walls.
Uh-oh. Good thing we didn't do that.
Recommended piston ring gap is 015 for the top and second ring. 3-piece oil ring requires no adjustment. I'm not worry about this way the domes are here.
Well, he's working on domes. We're going to go over and work on pistons.
Just trying to read it all.
When you figure out how to do it, let me know. Okay, this is a piston that goes in a cylinder. Which piston is this one? It says rear.
No R on it?
It says rear.
This one says front and back.
It says rear.
That would be the rear piston then.
I'm guessing rear means rear.
That means this cylinder.
Big print. Rear. Okay, which side do we put the pin clips on? The right side or left side? I like putting them on the right side. So these are wire lock, not spiral locks. There's a gapping thing right there, then pry them out. So make sure you put that near that. Don't put the center like that, it's hard to get out. Put it near the edge like that, or like this, whichever you prefer. So you just push them in the hole. If I show too much how to do this on camera, I'll lose the clip. So push them like that, and then just rotate them over like that. It should be good. Using your appropriate device here for doing that with. What was that ring gap? I didn't hear. Number.
015.
015 what?
Thousands. Point. Recommended piston ring end gap is 0.015 for the top and second ring. The 3-piece oil ring requires no adjustment.
What if it's tight?
I guess it gets tighter when it warms up. What do you do?
Okay, now if you get the clip in there, the tangies in there where they belong, you can push the other part up with the wrist pin. Put it in a hole.
Assembly loop.
Slide it up and down, see? Hear it?
It won't come out.
Hear how it sounds different now? That's because it's bottomed down in the ring. So now the clip is in there all the way. Double check to make sure it is in there all the way. And if you notice, it's right here where I can get to the tang in there and pop that clip out if I need to. Did I do that right, Joe?
Let me take a look at that tang.
Hey, Joe, it's the rear piston here.
Yeah, I thought this was a rear one.
Oh, okay.
But the rear with the arrow pointing, oh,
FT.
exhaust, I see. It does go in that way.
Arrow goes that way. Yeah, what?
Arrow goes towards the rear.
Arrow goes toward exhaust.
Yeah, that'd be the rear of the cylinder. Goes on just like this.
This one has the arrow going backwards.
Towards the front?
Front, exhaust.
Still towards the exhaust, right?
Oh, that means it goes this direction. Are you painting toward an exhaust or an intake?
Exhaust. Just like that. That's how it goes on the, you got the clip on the right
That
side.
means you're going backwards.
The clip's in the right.
That means you're going backwards.
Why? Rear, arrow pointing towards the exhaust, right?
Arrow goes forward.
EX is exhaust, correct?
Mm-hmm.
That would be towards the rear of the cylinder though, right?
It says front though.
Where does it say front?
It says rear. Rear of the arrow usually means go that direction.
Exhaust.
In this case here, it's going backwards. So that means I put the clip on the wrong side.
I thought you like it going in this way.
Nope. I have to go past all this shit over there. I only got nothing. Primary over there. I got a brake lever, foot peg to deal with on this side. Okay, so they're pointing toward the exhaust valve, so that means you gotta reverse the pattern. Alright. Where's the head at?
Next to you.
Is this the rear head?
That is the
Front head?
this one's got no paint. No, that's the rear.
Here's it fits. See, that one doesn't fit, see?
Crooked.
Mm-hmm.
That's because that's the
Doesn't
front.
fit this way either.
I've got to get the other head.
It's hitting. But that's not the right one?
That's the wrong piston for that head.
Oh. You mean the front piston has to go on the front head? This one?
We have them super high compression ones like we're dealing with here.
No. Got clearance this time.
We'll go straight. Yeah.
The arrow's pointing forward.
Does it say exhaust?
It says arrow forward.
Exhaust.
We on that too.
Front.
It says front. Front's upside down though.
It's okay.
It is?
The arrow pointing forward towards the exhaust port.
Okay.
What side are you going to put the clip in?
I was going to put it on the right side.
The correct side.
So if we did the other one backwards, should do them both backwards?
I guess. You can put both of them the same side.
I don't like being consistent with
You
anything.
want to take it back out?
I'm going to do it the same way. Noisy ass restaurant guys over there.
Birthday party or something going on?
No, they're not singing. It's not a birthday party. Okay, now how do you do this? Beat in with a big hammer. There it goes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
Come
7,
on.
8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
There it goes.
12.
12 hits to get in there. Damn.
Look at that. 12 hits. It's not coming out now. Look
Where's
at
the
that.
tangs at?
The
In
tang.
the correct position?
The tang is barely over the hole.
That's good enough.
Barely.
Want to turn a little bit before we get going?
It's on the right side too. Alright, where's your rings at?
Right there in front of you.
Whose are these?
That's the rear front cylinder.
What does it matter?
It doesn't matter.
Where's the expander at?
I don't know. On the wall? You need a ring expander.
Expander.
Oh.
All I know is a springy device.
Oil ring. Not really though.
So the gap goes right here. And the bottom ring where the gap goes over here 90 degrees over from that one, but it overlaps this one right away. So it stays in there. Now this ring you can actually wrap because it's steel. Pick up the end with your finger so it goes across and not scrape everything. Pop in the hole. That's that one. So the next one goes 180 over, which would be on this side. So somebody stole my ring.
I don't have yours.
So it goes over here like this. Pull up again. When you're all done, it should rotate nice and freely in there. No
Where did you say the
draggy.
first gap goes?
With one of the corners. That's the top ring because it's got moly. The second ring because it's got cast iron. It also has a dot. Dot goes up. Do not wrap these. Spread them apart. If you wrap them, you'll bend them. They won't work. So you put them in the groove right there like that. You push open with your thumbs and you push down with your fingers. See how you do that? Still in there, pushing out, pushing up here. A little bit more. You're out that far. When you get out that far, you can take your two thumbs, just kind of push it a bit bigger on each side. Just like putting your shoe on, you work on it around a little bit. Pops down. In this case, it didn't go all the way. The hook, it's in the compression groove. So go a little bit deeper now. Work it down. Goes down in there. When you're all done, it should be nice and free. Not bent. The gaps should be going to each other and not twisted. Should Should be nice and free all the way around the piston, not sticking on anything. Did you stick yours?
No, I quit.
You quit. Top ring, there's no markings on the top ring, so it doesn't matter how it goes. You do it the same way. Put in the groove. Like that. Spread it and push your fingers. Make sure you're still in the groove. We're still hitting up there a little high. A little more pressure on it. You get close, you can just work it in with your thumb. Pops in. It's nice and free, not bent up or anything. And the grooves are right next to each other. Ring ends are right next to each other, pointing together, and they're not offset. If they're offset, the ring's bent. When the ring is bent, it becomes a big spring and doesn't work very well. Okay, now you gotta find your end gap for your O-ring. Where'd you leave it at? Here's one of them. That means the other one should be on the other side over there. So then I go over this part here, I put the ring right there, 90 degrees over. Then we go 180 on this side, and we put the other one over there, 180 over. The gap's always going to 45s, not on the thrust face, not on the side where the pin clip is. These are thrust faces, these are pin clips. There or there, don't mix them. Make sure they're nice and free again. That piston's ready to go in the hole. Are you done yet? He didn't get very far, did he?
I don't know. I don't want to do it wrong.
Where's the end gap at?
Screw something up.
What'd you do with the end gap?
It's in there.
I feel it over here. There's the end gap. Well, you weren't listening?
Yeah, I just didn't. You're on the compression ring by the time I got there.
I was on the compression ring. Solar ring is over here, 90 degrees over. Make sure you don't overlap your expander. Very important to not overlap the expander.
Overlap. With the gap?
Yep. So right here, so we go over here 180 over. Do it again. Boom, boom, boom. What's this?
Have a dot on it?
I don't know. What's this one?
Yes, this one has a dot.
This one's Molly. You know, I know it's Molly. It's got
I can
railroad
see it
tracks
right.
going down the center of it.
Railroad tracks.
Yeah. See the railroad tracks?
On the face?
Yeah.
Okay.
See the two
Yeah,
shiny
I do,
lines?
yeah.
Railroad tracks.
This one doesn't have it.
No, it doesn't because it's cast iron.
Oh, sorry.
You know what this ring is? It's cast iron with a groove cut in it. Then fill up full of Molly.
Really?
Dot goes up.
Now the lower ring deal, huh? So that's Molly in there, huh?
Yep. Molly disulfate. It's a stone type material.
What is it?
Stone type material.
Stone type. Molly is? Molly bend them?
Yep. Like Baraxo, stone type material.
Lubrication of some type, aren't they?
It is a dry film lubricant. So you put in your ring, it's a dry film lubricant, as well as a seal. Now, if you're in the wrong spot, like I am right there, it doesn't work very well.
Don't bend the ring. That's what I was afraid I was going to do.
Put it up in the top groove, not the second expansion groove in
On
there.
top of the other one?
No, it's in the expansion groove between the compression groove.
Oh.
The top ring's a lot stiffer, so it's a lot harder on your thumbs when you're doing it.
Yeehaw.
Should be a gap right there. There is. 90 degrees, 180.
All free and loose?
It all work. Now what? Go home?
Let's put the wrist pins on.
I broke my fingernail.
No, no. Time is it? It's 9.
That was my favorite fingernail.
Well, if we're going to leave these cylinders out, then I'm going to put some oil in.
Why would you leave them out? I said you put the motor together.
Okay. I thought you said you're going home.
I gotta fix my fingernail. We'll be back.